Okay, we're going to start on our Sharps adventure here. So we know we have this gun made in 1977. It's in pretty excellent shape, but we know the Sharps rifle system with the percussion cap, the breech block, the gas check, and the whole thing is problematic. So the best thing to do with this gun, since we have no idea what's been going on, take it apart, totally clean it. And what we're going to have to do is clean out the channel where the percussion cap hits the nipple and goes into the block. The gas check, which is the plate that goes on there, we're going to have to look at that and take it from there. So, like with any Sharps, they got a D10 or this pin that you would press down, throw your lever over down here, and then work this loose. There we go, got it out. And then we take our breech mechanism, lock, out of the rifle. Okay, like this, and then we're going to set the main part of the gun aside because we're going to be worried more of the breech. So let's start. Alright, so we have the breech assembly out. The first thing we want to do is where the percussion cap goes, and there comes down through this out in the face of the breech. So we got to remove that nipple. I broke it loose and got it out. Okay, it's kind of gnarly looking. So going down through there, and on this side we have a clean out screw here. It's at least on this gun on the left side. So what that does is that allows us to go through the block to where this little port is where your spark comes out when you fire. So I'm going to back, this is a long screw, it's got a lot of threads on it, so I'm going to back this out. Okay, as you see, this screw has a ton of thread on it. Here. And this has just got a flat end. I've seen some people pull these out that they have a chamfered or curved end. This one doesn't. And it's not stainless steel. Alright, so this is all tiny. I have to go get my light. This is all kind of nasty down in there. Grit, debris. Now, this plate here. This is our gas check plate. And, you know, this is the thing that when we talk about the conversions, O-ring conversions and that, this thing is pressed on there pretty tight. Okay, you got to pry it up with a screwdriver. So some people will go and grind or have a little divot here so you can pry this up. But I think what I'd have to do is start back here. I think I can get to it. Yeah. And start to pry it up a little there. You know, I got it here. A fine screwdriver blade. Pry this plate off. Actually, you should use two, kind of do it evenly, but try that. I think you guys get the idea. Let me get this. I gotta take this out of the way of the camera. Okay, now after some prying and fiddling with it, we've got the gas check off, which this presses down into the recess like this. Maybe I should just take this lever off to make my life simpler. That's what I should have done to begin with. Basically removing this screw and taking the lever off. Okay, got the lever removed. Now, we look at this thing, it's all covered in, it looks like oil and that. It has been fired maybe once or something and cleaned. And this is, I guess they say to put anti-seize on this before you replace it and get it back on there. And yeah, there's kind of all oil in that. So what we want is we want the petroleum-based oil off. So we got to hose all this stuff down with either carburetor cleaner or acetone and clean all the oil off. Okay, and then what I will do is when I go to reassemble it, I'll use natural lube inside the receiver all over this, and this should help with the binding up. Also cleaning this all up. Now they say to put anti-seize around there, and that's what goes in, you know, make it go in and out. And the big thing and the most important thing will be getting down in here, cleaning out that channel, because it kind of goes down over and over again. And we got the clean out hole there, and clean this out to this nozzle. Some people have said they've opened it up with a drill or something. We're going to see how it works or how dirty this is. And what you would do to clean this, how do we clean this inside? We take some hydrogen peroxide. And hydrogen peroxide will break down the black powder. And you know, that just come flying out of everywhere. But we got it in there. And then maybe with some pipe cleaners and that, try to clean it out. And then, you know, get down in here. There's all kinds of grime and gunk and stuff in there. So that's what I'm going to do now, is get some hydrogen peroxide, hose all this down with acetone to get the oil off, then clean the black powder residue off, and try to clean this channel with pipe cleaners the best that I can, and then use either a natural lubricant or anti-seize or something and get this block back together again. But that's the game plan. And as you can see, the stuff's, you know, this is all pretty gnarly. So we're going to clean all this out. Okay, after we've cleaned out the threaded hole where the nipple goes, that was all full of gunk. I ran just your basic pipe cleaner through the clean out hole and did it to where I can see it, you know, through there moving around. Made sure I got everything cleaned out. I took acetone and tried to get all the petroleum-based grease off the block. So now what I'm going to do is, the only anti-seize that I have this Thompson Super Lube. I'm going to put it on the nipple and on this screw on the threaded part and return them back into the block. Okay, just screw them back in there. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, with the clean out screw returned to its proper place, the nipple in place, now what I'm going to do is I may get a little bit of this natural lube in here, just for lubrication. And I guess they say to put anti-seize, I believe here, it would be on this, to slide down back to where the gas check goes. So I'm going to apply the anti-seize. Now a lot of people, they say to use copper type or whatever, which, you know, I don't really know if that'll make a difference or not, but I'm going to try to get, going to try to get the anti-seize around this ring. Get it spread around here. You know, somewhat fairly good. Without leaving a lot of excess. Okay, so now I believe this will go in here like this. Try to line that up because that does fit tight down in there. And this gas check, I believe, has to be tapped down. It doesn't quite just drop in. I don't know if that's something with the way that is. Nobody mentions that. A lot of people I see press them down in there. I'm not sure if this is correct or has to be worked on or what. Okay, we have the gas check back in place again. So now all that's left to do is take our natural lube. I'm going to kind of coat this. I did the inside of the receiver with it. And I'm going to coat this with the natural lubricant, hopefully to help with this not seizing up as bad. Trying to keep over here in the camera a little on there. Then I'm going to install the screw for the lever. Get this back into position again. It's pretty simple. You just drop that down there, screw it in there, and then we'll be ready to get this installed back into the rifle. Back that up a little. Okay. Okay. So we're going to get this back up in where it should go. Yeah. And natural lubricant kind of gums it up out here in the cold, but we'll get it. Get this lined up a little better here. Okay, now we got the block in place. Little tap down, and then we swing it over to press our button here. Hands are cold. It's still cold out in the garage. I don't think I'm going to shoot this, but I wanted to kind of get it cleaned up, get a look at it, and then we got it to where our button comes up. Action function's okay. And hopefully we got it all clean. And so that's my basic overhaul. And we're going to see what problems arise as we go further. But next thing to be, and what I've done, is figure out a powder charge. And we'll discuss that in another video. I'm going to clean everything up and get back in where it's warm. Alright guys, thanks for watching.